So I'm excited about my next guest. So my next guest is not just an activist, not just a leader, but someone that I actually get to share space and time with, and someone who I consider family. And we even do Thanksgiving together every single year, you know? So he's a trans man, a community icon, a mentor. He's part of the leather community. He's co-founder of two powerhouse organizations, and honestly, one of the most ride or die humans I know. Please welcome to the FayWhat Show, Morgan Mayfaire. How come it's taken so long to get you in bed?
Because I'm extremely busy. I'm also a married man, you know.
There's that. I would ask, I didn't even ask Ashley for permission. Look at me, que fresca yo soy, ¿verdad?
I didn't ask Teresa either. So.
So that part, okay? So we're more alike than anything. Morgan, before we even get into titles and organizations, you're family to me, Yeah. I know that at whatever time I can call you, send you a message, whatever, and you'd be there, no matter how busy we are. And I'm honored for that. When the heck did we meet? Do you know?
Girl, I have no idea.
Me neither. And I've been
trying.
going through my mind, like rummaging, and I was just like, I don't know, like to me, you just been there. Like,
I think I'm like a fungus. I grow on people, and then they're like, they never know when they first met me.
And you make it sound like a bad thing, and it really is not, Chosen family is everything to me. I don't have the best relationship with my own family. And folks at home understand that when it comes to ride or die, your chosen family sometimes will do more for you than your blood family, So don't ever think less of them, because it's so important to me, and I know you feel the same way.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I essentially walked away from my family when I was very, very young. And chosen family has been my family all along.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's important. It's important now more than ever in LGBTQ plus, just because, of everything. Every single morning, I try my best not to go to the phone first, right? Because it's a bad thing. I do it, but it's bad because then you start doom scrolling and you start seeing all the horrible shit, I said it, that is targeted towards our community, especially the trans community.
I do that all the time.
Do you?
Yeah. And Ashley always tells me, you're torturing yourself. Why do you do that? And I'm going to tell you what I tell her. I have to. Because I need to know what they're putting out there and what they're saying to turn people against us. How am I going to fight that if I don't know what's being said?
Yeah.
So I go into rabbit holes, which take me days and days and days, like Project 2025. I know it backwards and forward. But one of the reasons why we started Mayfaire Medical, because I knew what was happening. I knew what was coming. And I knew things that even people are denying still today.
Yeah.
For instance, yes, okay, they came for trans youth. The next step, everyone thought was going to be trans adults. And I kept saying, no, people living with
HIV and AIDS.
They want another AIDS epidemic.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, we have to do something. And we can't expect other organizations that are not as invested in the community as we are to not over comply and turn away from us. So it was hard, but I finally got the board to agree that I wasn't crazy.
The board at TransSocial?
Yeah, because, it's a big thing. How do you go from a trans organization to, I want to open up a clinic?
Yeah. But are they two separate entities? Or are they like entwined because of who you're trying to save?
They will always be entwined because the community is what fuels us and moves us forward and the reason why we do everything we do.
Do you remember the moment that you said, okay, it's time to kickstart this?
2.5 years ago.
That's not something that happens overnight, Morgan. It takes a lot of work and details and
a lot of people said I was crazy. I was overreacting. I was being, over dramatic. Oh, you're so gay. And I'm like, I don't see that as a bad thing anyway, but I'm not being over dramatic. I see what is happening. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit that I'm wrong. And what did we do? We have another clinic that's helping people.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
there are organizations that are having to wash their websites from us to still be able to help a few of us. Okay. And I mean a few of us. You know,
A lot of organizations have started turning people away. They first started turning away trans adults, mind you. Okay. Again, overcompliance, not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to have those problems. And also, I understand they get funding from the federal
Yes.
government.
Mm-hmm.
And the federal government right now can tell you, you can't treat those people. You can't give them the care that they need. That's one of the reasons why we're extremely careful about what funding we accept.
Okay. Explain.
I won't take funding from certain aspects of the government. Because we're a 340B clinic, I have no choice but to accept funding or contracts from, let's say, DOH. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because we treat everyone.
Yes, of
Okay?
course.
One of the most important things about Mayfaire Medical is that we won't turn anyone away. Okay? And we're doing our very best, even though we are fairly new and not wealthy, to help people cover their insurance premiums.
Okay, so okay, we all know that insurance premiums skyrocketed maybe like about a year ago. And a lot of folks couldn't pay it, right? So they just stopped having coverage, which is not healthy for our community, okay? You need coverage. You just do. There's so many things that we need it for, aside from if you're thriving with HIV, you know? And so people let their insurances lapse, and people online were freaking out. And then I had other people that were saying, go to Mayfaire Medical, they'll figure it out for you, right? You know, they will find a premium that you can pay. How do you do such a thing?
That is my incredible wife.
Okay, that's Ash. Yeah.
That's Ashley's forte. She does all the research on the insurance companies. We're lucky that Oscar is one that is trying to grow in the state of Florida, and therefore they're being very lenient about certain treatments and things that they are covering.
Okay. Was Oscar like Obamacare?
All of what's available is through Obamacare.
Okay,
really,
got it.
Even
Okay.
though we're not supposed to call it Obamacare.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. God forbid. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, to admit that he did a wonderful thing, you know. But yeah, we try to find an insurance that will cover the medications that you're currently taking, whatever specialists you're seeing or that you need to see, and that, you know, in some cases we don't even take that insurance, but we'll eat the cost of your visit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can get the care that you need.
Wow. You know, I mean, again, if you've ever looked at your billing, right? If they send it to you, you go to a doctor and they send you the billing back and you're like, oh my God, the office visit was hundreds of dollars. Like even before you got a prescription or saw a doctor, whatever, just you walking through the door was this much. I mean, and who's got that money in our community? Very few of us. I mean, there's an elite 2%, but I mean, the rest of us are like, okay, counting our ducats to make sure that we're okay.
Listen, we're not rich people. And I will tell you that I have been on a medication that without insurance would cost me $3,000 a month.
What?
Yeah. Or more. Because I think it's between $3,000 and $3,500 without insurance.
Holy crap. What kind of it? What can you?
Oh, Tesla.
Okay. And that's how much that is.
I have psoriatic arthritis. And without that, I would completely fall apart and I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do.
Wow. And you do so much. I mean, so are youth equated in this?
No.
Okay, not now.
We cannot cover youth because obviously it's illegal.
No, we have enough. Trust me, we have enough. You're helping enough, but I'm just trying to get all that in a row. So my wife, I talk about her a lot. You folks are probably tired of her, right? Too bad.
Teresa's wonderful.
Okay, Teresa's a very sour Cuban.
No, she's not.
Okay.
Don't listen to her, folks.
Whatever.
Don't listen to her.
You can see her out and see it for yourself. Okay? Look, you can't even see her sourness in this picture, but she's sour. She's mad that I dragged her to this. Okay? This is just how she rolls. But anyway, I love her and we make sense together. My wife is a psychiatric nurse practitioner and she works at Mayfaire Medical. My wife is no bullshit. Okay. She don't play around. She just does not. And that's one of the wonderful things that I love about her.
She's awesome.
You know, her business and her job is her craft. She works at it. She studies it. She goes to workshops. I mean, that is what she loves, to find that equation and go, we're going to make you feel better, right? What can we do? Let's figure it out. And so when she was going to go work at Mayfaire Medical, I was kind of like, okay, is that smart? Like, we're friends, blah, 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 I knew instantly, maybe a week later, that she was happy. She was content. And it's weird to see my wife content, right? And she was like, no, I feel like we're doing something, we're really working towards helping our community. And that's what I wanted to do.
Listen, we don't do what we do to buy a jet. I don't even want one. Okay. I want to be able to pay my bills and take a vacation and pay my employees a decent living wage and to help the community for as long as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And that's the focus.
And
by the way, surprise, we actually have patients that are cisgender straight people, but we have a code of conduct for our patients and for our employees, which means get along and be nice with everybody.
No matter what.
Or else there's the door.
Well, that was my next question. Was there something about Mayfaire Medical that is very family? Okay, obviously I know a lot of people there, but I've seen other people walk through the door and seen their experience, right? And I was going to tap on that I'm almost positive the person that I'm talking about was a straight ally, and they felt comfortable, they felt seen, and they said that, and that, like you said, is part of your training. It's part of your code of conduct. So if you don't get that, then you're not there, basically.
And we also want our patients to feel heard and be taken care of, because a lot of the things that I heard from community, which I talked to a lot of people from the leather community and otherwise, was that they hadn't had a doctor touch them in 5 years. That's
so
not
sad.
right. That's not right.
That's so sad. One of my favorite drag queens, Katia Attention. You folks know her. I'm not breaking her anonymity because I asked her beforehand. She's a patient there. And that was something that, she said the same thing. She was like, I've never really felt seen by the doctor. I have felt that the doctor has looked past me in conversation. How can they know what I'm going through if they're not really listening?
Exactly. And I've had the same experience myself. Where I've told Ashley, if I ran into that doctor 5 minutes after seeing them, they wouldn't know that I was the patient they just saw. Because they're in front of the computer, they don't even make eye contact with you. They're looking at your chart, but they're not looking at your humanity.
Yeah.
And all of our providers know how I feel about that. And we do listen to complaints. And I do something about it.
Wow.
So I want you to care. I want everybody to feel seen, cared, and that you want to know everything about them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you something, folks. I actually am a patient at Mayfaire Medical. Now, I didn't know I was going to say that. I was thinking of not saying it, but F it. I don't keep anything from you folks. So I've been a patient now for about 6 months. And it just made more sense because I worked up here, right? And that was my initial reason for moving over to Mayfaire Medical. So just be closer so I'd be able to get to appointments. But what I have found with Dr. Alex, with even Frankie, who takes my blood every 3 weeks and enjoys it a little bit too much, was exactly that same feeling. Was I felt seen. I wasn't FayWhat. I was an important patient that was coming through the door. Dr. Alex knows more about me than my wife does. Okay. Okay.
I won't tell.
And not in a patient, I can't explain it, in a patient doctor way, but in a very family kind of way, without without any lines being crossed or anything like that, and that's hard to feel. I am a femme presenting cisgendered woman, right? And even I have felt that not being seen, because you'll get a doctor who's a male and they won't ask you certain questions about women, reproductive organs or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Dr. Alex, I've never had a more thorough doctor than I do now, and I can call tomorrow and he will call me right back. I'd be like, is everything okay? What's going on? Yeah. You can't get that at other big name places because, you're going to get a call back in a couple of days if you even get a call back, right? And God forbid, if you need an appointment, you got to go 3 months from now, right? I've had a scare and they're like, okay, when do you want to come in? No problem. We'll squeeze you in, I mean, that's what Mayfaire Medical does.
Well, people in the beginning were telling me that I was wasting a lot of resources in hiring so many providers. And my response to that is everything I do very deliberately and because I've planned it that way. The reason we have so many providers is that I want them to be able to take their time with their patient. You're not going to be in there in 10 minutes unless that's what you wanted. And it's something quick, and that doctor already knows you.
Yeah.
Because that first visit is going to be about an hour long, maybe even more. We've had patients that have been in there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because they have a long history, medical history that needs to be gone over.
Well, and there's also, I will say, there are some questions that I was never asked before I sat with Dr. Alex. And they were important questions that I now know, because I went back to my wife and said, hey, he asked me these 3 things. He goes, and you've never been asked that, you know? And she goes, you know what? I haven't either. And it's necessary, you know, to say those things.
But see, the community also has to be aware that certain things are going to be asked. Because I've had patients come back and tell me, you know, why did the doctor ask me if I was a top or a bottom? I'm like, honey, they need to know where to swab.
Yes.
Okay, so of course the doctor needs to know these things.
Yes.
You know, there are little things that are important. And patients have come back and told me shocking things too.
Mm-hmm.
I've had lesbian patients tell me that they have never had a pap smear. Because when they've gone to the doctor, is it too much for me to say this?
No, please.
Okay.
Please do. It's important.
When they've gone to the doctor and asked for one, they've been told that because they don't sleep with men, they don't need one.
Oh, my God.
How stupid is that? How can you be a doctor and really believe
Oh, my
this?
Lord. I mean, you know, folks at home, you should be swabbed everywhere. That's what I'm going to say. Okay? If you're having sexual relations, it doesn't matter with who, what, where, and when, you should have been swabbed everywhere. And I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna give you more information than that. You know what I mean? But
we're not gonna go into details.
No, but I mean, it's necessary. Ask Chat GPT, okay? Because trust me, they're gonna say the same thing. You know. And one of the main things that I love that Mayfaire Medical is also taking care of is mental health, Morgan. Our community, this stigma, people are dying, okay? We just had somebody from our community commit suicide. Yeah. All right? If he might have been if he might have gotten care from Mayfaire Medical, maybe been on the right meds, who knows if the story could have been different.
Exactly. And right now with the how can I say this? With the tremendous amount of stress, emotional stress that our community is facing right now, I think everybody needs to see Teresa.
Or someone like her.
You know. Okay. I recommend Teresa because even I see Teresa. And she's been amazing for me. So.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even know that. Thank you for
sorry.
sharing that. No. I mean, again, but this just tells you how much my wife tells me. You know, my wife is no bullshit. She doesn't.
It's confidentiality.
You know what I mean? She would never tell me that.
And she's very strict about that.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah. You know.
She might be mad at me because I told you.
I've gotta. I can't let you leave the bed without a couple more questions. I gotta start asking you about this bathroom ban. Okay, it's ridiculous, it's crazy, and these laws are changing every day. And just like you said, that you wake up and look at the news because you want to know what the hell's being affected and how our community's being affected every single day. We've been dealing with this bathroom bullshit for years now, and now it seems like they're cracking down again. Okay, nobody wants to see you in a girl's bathroom. I can't imagine that.
I don't think so either. But look, my big question is who's going to enforce it? Number one, okay? And how are they going to enforce it? What about people that already on their IDs have their name changed and their gender marker changed that hasn't been turned back yet? What are you going to do? Are you going to physically ask people to prove to you that their genitals match?
Are you going to check?
Yes. Who's going to check? Who's going to be responsible for that job? I'd like to know. It's basically to terrorize people. And the majority of people that have been affected so far, believe it or not, are butch lesbians.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Because they're going into a woman's bathroom and people are like, what are you doing in here? And mind you, you told me to go here and I'm a butch lesbian. You know what I mean? También señora. Okay, because you know that señoras get to a certain age, they cut their hair off and they end up looking very butch lesbian, through no fault of their own,
Or they're originally from Pennsylvania.
I mean, that could happen too. Sorry, Pennsylvania.
Wear short hair,
And that's what you want to do. I mean, and then you're stopped in the bathroom or Karen'd in the bathroom and like, who are they going to take away? They're going to take you away.
It's all the misinformation that is put out there, and they do it so often that it gets to a point where people think they've heard it so many times in so many different places that they assume that it's true.
Good point.
Ask the community, why do trans people go to the bathroom? Same reason you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
What are we doing there? Same thing you do.
Oh, Leo, can we talk about the community for a second? You brought that up. Like, we just had a Trans Day of Visibility, and it was amazing, and it was so well attended. And I'm blessed to host it. Thank you so much, Trans Inclusive, for giving me, humbly, thank you for allowing me to do that. Because you don't need me for that. But the fact that I'm allowed to do it is a blessing every year. I don't even know how to say this because I don't want it to come out wrong. I hate that we have these two big trans events where everybody comes out.
And where are they the rest of the year?
That.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who sees this? Am I in the wrong for saying this? And now with the cuts and everything, I even feel that people are even pushing back even more with our trans siblings. So what the F is going on? What should we be doing? Am I seeing wrong?
No, you're not seeing wrong. There's that movement of let's drop the T because it's only them that they're coming after. I think that's changed a little bit after we saw some of the cuts to ADAP.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Which I'd been saying, they're coming for people living with. It's not just the trans community. We need to stick together. Okay? And we need to stop the wanting to turn one group away or whatever because you think you're going to be safe. They're coming for all of us. Okay?
Yeah.
All of us. The only reason they chose the trans community in the first place is that we are the 0.2% of the population, the exact amount the Jews were during the Holocaust. Think about it. The exact amount.
Holy.
And these are the same people.
Wow.
These are the same people. So we need to open our eyes and realize that we're stronger together. We're more powerful together as a community. When we started Mayfaire Medical, there were two sides. There was a group of folks in the community that for some reason thought that I was opening up Mayfaire Medical as a vendetta against another clinic. I was like, I used to be a patient at that clinic.
That sounds silly.
I have plenty of friends that work for that clinic. Why would I want to do that? Okay, there's enough for everyone. There's enough patients for everyone.
There really is.
Okay, and even then more. Okay, people that haven't gone for help anywhere because they're too shy or they think it's going to cost too much. But there's enough to go around. We need to be stronger together and stop the divisions. I love the acronym of the LGBTQIA+, but at the same time, it causes division. Because at the same time, people lean into, I'm this and I'm not that. Well, I got news for you. I'm the T, but I've been a lot of those other letters too. It's part of my history. It's part of who I am.
Yeah.
It always will be. Does that mean that I'm going to start turning on the others? Mayfaire Medical sees everyone in that acronym and even those that are not. Everyone that needs help can come to us.
I love that. And it's so important. And folks at home, please, he's really telling the truth, all right? Especially, folks with mental health issues or the disparities that we all deal with. Or like Morgan said, you're afraid that it's going to cost you too much, right? You don't pay anything until you know how much you're going to pay. So go and find out first.
And listen, we'll work with you. We always will work with you. Sorry about the
damn Apple Watches,
Please, they're like chains. We carry them everywhere we go.
I refuse to wear one because it's just too much. Then I start it's just too much,
I didn't want it. Ashley bought it for me. And I have to admit that I'm glad she did because I took a fall, a really bad one, and I broke my arm. I had to have surgery to repair it because when I do things, I do it really well.
Oh, no, yeah, of course.
And the iWatch actually turned red and said, you've taken a hard fall. Should I call 911?
Oh, my goodness.
I had not programmed it for that.
Shut up. Oh, my God. That's amazing. Oh, wow. So that saved your life. I mean, and you've had quite a few health scares in your past, and you're still here kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere.
You're okay now?
I took another fall and I broke my tailbone, but I'm sitting on it.
Did you break your coccyx?
Yes.
I always wanted to say that. TransSocial is turning 10, or has already? Is turning 10.
It's turning 10.
And you're gonna celebrate with an incredible gala.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard
never
about.
Had one.
And that's what I was gonna ask. Like, I've never been invited, which I was about to be like, oh yeah, Ashley,
come on, right? Faye. Like, we wouldn't invite you and Teresa. Come on.
Well,
Déjate de cuento. Come on.
I know, pero tú sabes, it's all about me. So I'm always like,
oops, yeah,
you know.
Latino.
Oh, you didn't know that, right? You thought he was white? Yeah, me too. The first time I met him, I thought all of a sudden some Spanish came out, and I was like, oh shit.
I think it's hilarious.
So tell me about this gala and what. 10 years is a special milestone. Most companies, most organizations, most nonprofits don't last 10 years, I'm
going to tell you, when we were starting out, so many people in the community told me that we would never make it. Because a trans-led organization led by a trans man, unless it was led from a famous trans woman, it was not going to make it. 10 years.
10 years.
Anyway. Our first event was at Wicked Manors on Halloween. And, I wanted to keep that going because I'm also a big horror movie buff. I know you don't like horror movies.
I get scared.
Ashley doesn't like them either. But I love them, and that's part of my history as well, because originally what I went to school for was film editing. I wanted to make horror movies. So we wanted to do something around Halloween. But at the same time, we know that everybody has a Halloween party to go to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the other organizations that we love are known for their Halloween parties. So we didn't want to step on anybody's toes. So it's going to be October 17th.
Okay.
We've picked a venue that I believe no one has ever used before from the community in Miami that is absolutely gorgeous.
Ooh, can you say it or no?
No, it's going to be a surprise.
Okay,
I will say the first one I had chosen was Vizcaya, but because they're doing renovations, the parking situation was going to be a nightmare.
Okay.
And this has valet parking.
Ooh, I like.
And it's going to be very easy for folks to get there.
And look, and Vizcaya is nice, okay? But Vizcaya is super expensive. And also, if the parking is messed up, you have to go through like woods, right? You have to go through like darkness because they never put lights for as expensive as it is from where the parking is to where you would actually enjoy yourself. So
I know, but since it's kind of Halloween themed.
No, yeah, but then
it would have been spooky, you know
you
what I
do
mean?
know that I got thrown out of Disney for horror nights.
What'd you do?
I punched out somebody who jumped out at me and tried to kill me.
Well, I would have done the same thing. So.
And like it caught me off guard. And I was like, bah! And all of a sudden, Faye got taken away. They have Disney jail and everything. I had no idea.
They do.
I had no idea.
Oh, please. You cannot scratch your behind.
Without them knowing. There are cameras
them
everywhere.
Seeing you at Disney.
Everywhere.
And behind some of those really beautiful, things that murals or whatever, that's where the Disney police is watching you.
There's just security all there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
they
okay.
got you, believe me.
All right, so October 17th, the venue is TBD, where we will, when people buy tickets, is that where you will give them the address? Because I love that. For safety reasons, we also should
Well, we're going to have security as well.
Okay.
Okay. Everything's going to be planned out very, very carefully. We're being very strategic about it. It's going to be, I think Ashley named it, what did she call it? Haunted Elegance.
Ooh.
Because we're asking folks to dress in black and white, if possible.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to wear a costume that somehow has something to do with The Shining,
ooh, okay.
There will be a contest.
Oh, how fun.
And there will be celebrities.
Okay.
And not just our local ones.
All right.
Although you're invited.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You just call me a celebrity.
Well, you are.
Thank you. No, I am so there. Last question, because I have to actually get started on you helping me with some topics for FayWhat. Sure. But it's just like I knew this was going to happen because there's so much to you, Morgan, that I didn't even scratch the surface.
You know what I
mean?
Dude.
I mean, he came out at 6. I mean, there's so many things we could talk about right now. You have no idea, okay? You're Jewish.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't let you go without talking about the current climate and all of that mess. And, synagogues now have security and cops for right reasons. People are driving by folks on what's Saturday for Jewish folks?
Shabbat.
On Shabbat and screaming things like, what the hell has happened? I mean, like, where are we? How do you feel with that, with all of that?
I lost family in the Holocaust. Okay. And it's something that I grew up with, and it's very frightening. And the hatred towards the Jewish community that's being focused out there is tremendous. And I will say this, I don't agree necessarily, and I'm going to throw the necessarily in, with what the Israeli government is doing. I don't believe that any human beings should be harmed at all. I think we've reached a point in our evolution as humans where we have the ability to talk, okay, and work things out without having to kill each other.
What do you think about the fact that Netanyahu's son or nephew, his gay son or nephew, lives in Miami Shores with no problem at all, chilling, a millionaire, and then some, while all this is happening? And he's gay.
Is he responsible?
No, of course not. He's not. You're absolutely
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
I mean, he's just the offspring of, what it is, but it's...
And this is America. Okay.
We're still free.
Well, we hope that we're still free. And we hope that we can hold on to some of those freedoms. No, I think he has the right to live his life any way that he wants. I think it's probably very difficult considering what, is happening and what's being caused, but it is what it is. It's very sad, and I don't think that people should be attacked for their religion or their race or anything else. I mean, we're losing sight of the things we believed our country stood for.
Yeah.
And we need to hold on to that with everything we've got.
Everything.
And vote.
Listen,
for the love of God, vote.
Midterms, okay? A couple of weeks back, we had the No Kings protest, and there were 8 million people that were out there, right? The reality is that 2% of those might vote. That's fucked up. That is really messed up. The fact that 26% of LGBTQ plus people went out to vote when it really mattered, that last November, breaks my heart, breaks my heart. And we scream it, go vote, go vote. And I hope that with the stuff that's happened, people are like, oh my God, I really do have to vote I think
people are getting the message, but I think the ones that do vote, need to take a step further. You have a neighbor that doesn't have a ride, give them a ride.
Take them.
Okay? Ask your friends, are you afraid to go? Because they're saying they're going to put ice in the polling places. Go as a group. TransSocial's been doing that since the beginning. We've been getting a group together and going together to vote. And we didn't even ask people how they were voting, because it's none of our business. Just get them out there to vote.
You heard it from him. Okay, maybe you'll listen to him. All right. So Morgan, you have built movements, not just organizations. How do you stay grounded so you don't burn out? Because I'm exhausted and I don't do as much as you do.
My pets, my wife, my orchids. I love working on my Jeeps. I have 2. Sometimes my nails are grimy. Sorry. Okay. I do a lot of things myself instead of asking somebody else to do it. But I also need to take a vacation. And I hear you with that too, because Ashley and I have been together 16 years and we've never taken a vacation.
No way. Oh man, no, that's a necessity. Because it's just one day you will burn out and something will happen.
Well, hopefully before that happens, we will take a vacation.
No, I hope so.
But right now, every single time we plan something, there's an emergency.
Something happens.
There's an emergency or something else comes out against the community that we have to
tackle.
Yeah, and we have to step forward.
You mentioned Ashley. You and Ashley are an LGBTQ iconic power couple.
Thank you.
From my seat, I can go to Ashley and ask her whatever and ask them whatever. And they are always there for our community, like just always. What is something weird that Ashley does?
Ooh. My wife does a lot of weird things. She's going to see this and I'm going to be dead. But one thing that most people don't know about her is that she's an incredible artist.
Mm-hmm.
And she does pet portraits that are gorgeous in black and white.
Oh, how nice.
And so perfect.
But that's not weird.
Well, because people
But it's
don't
something we
expect
don't
it.
know about that.
Exactly,
About her.
something
Yeah.
you don't know about her. Let's see, something weird. She likes to cook. She likes weird things. Oh, she's addicted to cat videos.
Like on TikTok?
And every night she curates a group of TikTok funny things for me to see before I go to sleep.
Oh.
Which sometimes are not so funny.
But she thinks they're funny
But
as
she
hell.
thinks they're funny. She's like, you got to see this. And I'm like, please.
Another black cat jumping and falling off the...
No,
yeah, I got
the
it.
latest one are the AI animals dancing.
Oh, yes. Yeah. AI.
They're weird, okay?
Okay, but fun. And again, Ashley, we love you. I love you. And I think that you folks are just,
Let me tell you, she's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Honestly. I wouldn't be able to do any of these things if it wasn't for her. She is the rock that I lean on. And she never says no to me. No matter how crazy my idea is. Never says no. Sometimes she should.
Sometimes she should and she doesn't. Power couples like that are few and far apart in our community. They don't stand the test of time for many, so to see you folks together is a goal, and I see me and Teresa and you and Ashley a lot, which is why we work. When you folks got to separate, divide and conquer, you do.
Yeah.
You are not on top of each other all the time. You don't smother unless the other person wants to be smothered. We let our partners shine when it's their time to shine.
More like I push her.
Yeah, me too. Like, there's nothing that Teresa or Ashley hate more than a stage. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, that's what allows us to do more work, I think.
Yeah.
That we're able to go, yeah, you haven't had a vacation and you need one and deserve one. But at the end of the day, when shit has hit the fan and you can't believe that the universe has done this, this, and this, but you've helped this, and this, you're able to go like this with Ashley.
And go to sleep.
And go to sleep with all your dogs and go, I'm going to wake up in a safe space and I'm okay.
Yeah. And we know that for sure. But seriously, she doesn't say no to me. And sometimes I come up with things that we as Mayfair Medical really shouldn't be affording at the time because we're fairly new. You know, we're just 1 year
A year old, yeah.
And she'll look at me and she says, you really think we need to do that? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, okay, we'll find a way.
We'll do it. We'll find
a way.
So before I let you go, Mr. Morgan, we're gonna play a little game. It's called Say What with FayWhat, and it's no thinking. It's just answer, rapid fire, quick fire kind of deal. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. Leather or lace?
Leather.
Boots or barefoot?
Boots.
Jeep ride or beach day?
Jeep.
Dog cuddles or cat cuddles?
Ooh, both.
Traffic on 95 or a root canal?
Traffic on 95.
Tattoos or no tattoos? Tattoos. Early morning text or late night email?
Both.
Sunset or sunrise?
Both.
Packed lunch or Uber Eats?
Pack lunch.
Romance or loyalty?
Romance.
Gym or outdoors?
Both.
Do you have a safe word?
Yeah.
Can you say it?
Hamster.
Hamster. What is your safe word? I'm now telling all couples to have a safe word. I'm just saying, hamster. That's a good one. Yeah. Ours is pineapple, but it confuses people and it thinks that we're swingers. So, so I think we got to come up with a different one, all right? Tell everyone where we can support and find you and get involved.
info@transsocial.org or info@mayfairmedical.org.
And you can also follow both of those organizations on Instagram, on Facebook, on all social media outlets. TransSocial is on there also. That's 2 S's, by the way. And Mayfair Medical, okay? That's with an E, Mayfair Medical. Okay, and you'll get all the information you need there. So please do so, okay? Thank you so much for